Okay, let's see. Yeah, everything's working. Yay. Started late today, but what are you going to do? Sometimes you just get a late start. A little bit of technical difficulties beyond my control. My PeerTube instance that I use is working, but it's the live streaming isn't working today. So I've talked to the guy who runs it, and he's planning on making some changes, big changes for it this weekend. So hopefully I'll be back on PeerTube live streaming once more soon. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I am again joined by Tam. Tam, say hi to absolutely nobody that's watching. Let me fix my camera here. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so what's been going on? It's been a little while since I think I live streamed last week. But I haven't done one of these, talk ones for a while. I've been live streaming a game or two here or there, but I haven't done this for a while, so we'll see how that goes. Tam wanted to live stream with me today, so afterwards we're gonna go and go charge the car. Tam wants to do a little grocery shopping, and she wants to check out some Asian noodle place, I guess, as well. So we'll see what that's all about. Do I want to hear something crazy? Of course I want to hear something crazy. When don't I? Let me check my mic. When don't I want to hear something crazy? There we go.
So this whole Taylor Swift thing.
Yeah.
I came into work on Monday, and one of
my employees.
Okay. And I said, "You know what's happening with people, with the Swifties trying to figure out whether or not she can make it to the game, okay?"
Yeah.
She goes, "Oh yeah, so her concert ends at 9:30. So if she gets on a plane, she can sleep on a plane and be there the next day." And I said to her, I go, "You know that Las Vegas is fully booked for flight arrivals? You just can't fly there.
Yeah, she'll probably fly to a smaller airport nearby."
So I said, "Do you think the Air Force nearby will let her land there so she can get to the concert?" Okay.
Yeah, probably. If you got enough money. Honey, you got to think about it. This is Vegas. They cater to the rich, in Vegas. So, yeah.
It's not about Vegas. It's about the aviation.
No, I know, but that's for that airport. There are other smaller airports outside of Vegas.
She would have.
Yeah.
She would still have to stop. There's no way. Do you know what type of plane that has to drive from Japan to here?
Yeah.
Jumbo jet. Jumbo jets cannot land in small airports.
No, jumbo jets are only the ones that are carrying multiple passengers. Honey, she has her own private jet.
Can a private jet go Japan to here?
Yeah, they do it. Yeah. Yeah. Honey, yeah.
But I thought the private jets that do international are big jumbo.
No,
planes.
not always. No.
No, check.
No, honey, the only reason a jumbo jet exists is to carry multiple passengers or large amounts of crate, packages and stuff like that. But if you're just talking, let's just say you're talking a dozen people, right?
I can ask Lionel.
I mean,
I will ask Lionel. He goes in and asks.
They don't need that much fuel just to get across the Atlantic. I mean, Amelia Earhart went across the Atlantic. She didn't have no jumbo jet. Hey, Wolfman. It says, Tam looks funny with no sound on. What do you mean, Wolf? Can you not hear Tam? You should be able to hear Tam from my mic. She doesn't have her own mic. Never does, because she's so loud. And we're pretty close. So, can you not hear Tam?
I can't hear him.
Well, of course, he's not talking. He's chatting, honey. You can't hear text.
I need to talk to you about the pics. I know what you're gonna say.
I don't know if he's off work yet. He might be still working right now. Or no, I bet you he's probably watching with no sound on. That's probably what's happening because he's still working. That's probably what's happening.
Oh.
So
they're talking about Taylor Swift, right?
Taylor Swift, right?
I said that. Now today, my coworker's like, they already have a bet whether or not
she'll make it to the game.
No. What's his name?
Kelchi.
Kelchi.
Her boyfriend.
Kelchi's gonna propose.
Of course he's not going to. That's fucking ridiculous.
Did John Mayer ever marry? Does John?
Are you looking to marry John Mayer?
No, he's talking about how they were together.
Ooh, John Mayer and Mayer and Taylor Swift?
They were together a long time
Who's
ago.
talking about that?
My coworkers.
Oh, okay. More details, honey. I don't know what you're thinking.
So they're talking about the exes. Okay?
They're talking about the exes. Oh, God, of course.
And I said
her whole career is built around her exes.
So he was saying, is she like a John Mayer? And they were actually together one time. But I was telling him that I had a crush on Tom Hiddleston until I found out that he dated her. And then I was like,
why?
well,
used goods.
First of all, there's an age difference. How old is he again?
I don't know.
I was just thinking, I don't even see that as a match. So that's why. So I'm just trying to see if John Mayer has ever dated.
Okay.
I mean, I know he has.
I don't understand how we went from. Is it because they dated? Now we're talking about John Mayer.
He's saying that she's like a John Mayer, and I want to.
What does that mean? She plays the guitar. She sings.
No, they're always dating people they never married.
Okay.
They're always going from one relationship, but
maybe the goal isn't marriage.
What?
Maybe the goal isn't marriage.
No, but I think the difference. I was gonna say the difference is I believe he has a kid.
Okay.
And she doesn't.
All right.
And I'm assuming maybe he was married with his ex.
I don't know. I don't know that much about John Mayer.
Because so Mel says she didn't even know about Taylor Swift until the whole Kanye West. And I said, I knew her before because of country music. But really? You never heard of her until Kanye? Kanye, sorry. Kanye.
Not Cayenne. He's not the pepper.
Yeah, you're right. Kanye West.
Well, people get locked in their one type of music and they don't listen to music outside of that. And, I'm always amazed at the people that only listen to music from their childhood. Like when they were a teenager. Like I listened to a lot of 80s and 90s, music, but I was an adult by the late 80s, into the 90s. At the end of the 90s, I had a kid, for crying out loud, But that's not all I listen to. But like I know people, I swear it's all they listen to is the music they listened to when they were a teenager. So the whole Taylor's, like people are going, I want to watch football. Why it have to be about Taylor Swift? All that stuff. Yeah. They actually they looked at how, like, out of the 4-hour game, right? That they actually only show Taylor Swift for about 27 seconds.
But they talk about her.
They cut back to her and then they'll talk about her and they'll go back to the game. They cut back to her and they'll talk about her and they go back to the game.
Yeah,
but it's only for about 27 seconds. Oh, you want to know what's really funny?
What?
So apparently her cat is somewhat of a celebrity, right?
No, I didn't know why.
Like apparently her cat has its own calendar, has its own merchandise, has an Instagram account with I guess with apparently with even does ads. Anyway, Taylor Swift's cat makes more money in 1 year than Travis, her boyfriend, has had made his entire career as an NFL.
Her cat makes more money.
Her cat makes about 90 million a year
than
her cat.
Travis.
Her cat makes about 90 million a year, apparently. At least that's what's going around. Like something around that he's only made like I think 60 something or 70 something million in his career, throughout his career. The cat makes 90 million a year.
Oh, 90?
90 million a year.
90.
Again, I can't. This is the 8th time I've said this. 90 million a year. That's what they're saying. I mean, I don't listen to Taylor's music. I couldn't tell you the name of any of her songs. Maybe one if I thought really hard. I couldn't tell you how it went, though. I got no shade against her. I mean, obviously she's creative. Obviously she's successful at what she does. People like her. Just not my type of music.
What was their cat's name? Cats, but actually Tess has 3 cats that love her. The pop star is Cacto, 3 cats.
Getting the details. Looking up the details. Oh, and did you hear like what the other thing with the Swifties and Taylor? So apparently Taylor's favorite number is 13. Mm-hmm. And the Swifties are coming up with all these things that tie the football team that he's on and the scores that they've made and like the runs that they've made into the number 13 to say that Taylor Swift is numerologically affecting the the games. It's because of her that they're doing so well.
That's just you know what? Everything she touches,
yeah,
turns to gold, kind of thing.
Yeah,
and she's not even trying.
Who knows?
She's like, it's got a life of its own.
What? Hey, Demerica says, hello, came to the stream from one of your YouTube shorts. Oh, excellent. People still watch those? I haven't made a YouTube short for a while. Those are still going around? I think I'm more surprised at that than anything else. Oh, you love it. That's wonderful. Thanks. I appreciate it. Poor guy.
So
Oh, I'm glad you like it, Demarcus. That's great. Glad to hear it.
I don't mind her. I don't mind her songs. I mean,
No, I mean they're fine songs. No, I don't hate her songs or hate her music. I just don't
mean,
go out of my way to listen to it.
I don't think she's like a singer, but she's not like a powerhouse vocalist at all. She sings almost like she's talking.
I understand what you're saying. I don't know if I agree with that, but I'm not really that familiar with her music, so I can't really say. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, it's the thing everybody's talking about. Taylor Swift and her Swifties. Like I said, no shade at her. Her music's fine. I'm not a huge fan. I'm
glad politically she's on the right side. I'm glad that she is making a dent in getting young people to vote. And you know that when she says do this, they do it. So she has huge political pull. If she wanted to, she can get her people out to vote for whoever she wants.
Yeah.
She doesn't say vote this. She just says register to vote.
Yeah.
So her first thing is registering to vote.
I'm pissed off at myself.
Why?
For eating that pizza last night.
You should have not eaten it?
Yeah, I wasn't ready for it. And now my jaw is all off again and keep having to massage it. And now it's probably going to take a couple of days for it to calm down again. And it's like, it's like I set myself back. And hopefully I know what to do to make it better. Just keep doing it. Hopefully it'll get better. But it's disappointing. What, Daphne? What? What's wrong? Daphne the cat coming to say hi.
Oh, Daphne. Yeah, I can hear.
Yeah, you can sit there. Just be cool. She's never cool. Yeah, so what else going on besides my job being all fucked up? What else going on out there in the world? I don't know. I don't know why I'm so tired today. Sleepy. I woke up sleepy. I slept fine. I slept well. I felt well rested. Maybe I took, maybe it was like the melatonin I took or something. I don't know. For whatever reason, I got the yawns today. The yawn. So what's the name of this Asian place you want to check out after work?
Oh.
I don't know. I don't need the exact name. Don't need the name. But like, what kind of cuisine is it?
Asian.
Oh, so it's Japanese, Chinese, and Vietnamese all in one?
It's Chinese, I think.
Oh.
Chinese or Taiwanese?
Oh, I see.
Last time I was there, I looked at it.
Oh, you've been there before?
No, I was going to go in
while
I was charging, but...
Unless they have, like, really soft noodles, that's all Bob would be able to eat. Or a soup. Finally off. What's up, Wolf?
Well, 2:30. So, what time do you start?
Oh, well, you mean what times you start work?
Hey, there's a place.
It's 4:30 where he's at, honey. 5:30. What is it? 5:30, 4:30 where you're at? I forget. You're 2 or 3 hours ahead of us. The world is so big.
There's a noodle place that says for people who like noodleology. They have down don. Beef noodle soup. I don't think it's the same as noodleology.
Are there any charging places near Noodleology? Oh, too bad.
Well, across the street at probably at the college.
Nah, I'm just kidding. What up with you, Wolf? How you been? How you been doing? I hope you're doing well, sir. Wolf says Tam looked funny when there was no sound. It says it's 4:30 there, so 2 hours ahead. We look upon your antique ways with great fondness. What's it like in the future, Wolf? Can you give me the winning lotto numbers?
Winning lotto numbers. I'm trying to figure out why is it not coming up?
Why is what not the place? Maybe they don't use Yelp anymore. Some places ask for themselves to be removed from Yelp.
Why would you want yourself removed from Yelp?
Wolf says, scary, and there's something called Swifties that are taking over the... Oh, no, wait, Swirties. I think he meant Swifties. That are taking over the NFL.
What are Swirties?
I think he means Swifties. Must have been a spell check error. I'm pretty sure unless he means swirlies. I don't know. Swirlies? I don't know. Yeah, we were just talking about that when you weren't listening, Wolf. You just got through talking about Taylor Swift, and I remember you saying how a big fan you were, that you had posters of her all over the place, and that you have like Taylor Swift stickers on your bumper, right? Wolf, that you? Wasn't that you I was talking to that said that?
You were a super fan.
You're not just a Swiftie, you're the Swiftest. Is that how that goes?
I'm gonna try to type noodle.
Noodle. When you're looking for a good noodle place, try Yelp.
Oh, here it is. Look, I type in noodle and it comes up.
Okay.
Oh my god. I'm gonna send
Oh
you.
my gosh. Don't send me anything because I can't look at it. Unless you send it on Telegram.
Okay.
Then I can look at it. Because I'm using my phone as my camera right now. Wolf says he needs 1.2 gigawatts to correct the timeline. I don't know about that, Doc. All right, that's the place Tam wants to go to. Let's see. Well, that's a very creative name. Thai, Asian, Fusion, Indonesian. View the full menu. Wow, that is literally the full menu. I mean, they have some beef noodle soup. Tom Yum. Boat noodle soup? What is boat noodle soup?
It's probably the bowl. The bowl looks like a bowl.
Curries. Oh, they have curries. I'll probably get a curry then.
Oh, is there anything look interesting? If not, there's other places around there.
I don't know.
There's Spires, if you
What
want
place is
Spires.
going to have food that I can swallow whole, honey? Whatever place they have that I can swallow. That's where we can eat. If you don't know, Woof, my jaw's all fucked up. About a week and a half ago, I went to the ER. I don't know if I told you that. Went to the ER.
2 weeks.
No, it's week. Oh, yeah, it'll be 2 weeks tomorrow. Yeah, that's true. 2 weeks. And the TMD, which is a problem with the joint in my in my what the heck? Where is? How did I open this? Oh, anyway, which is a the joint is all fucked up, and it's been fucked up. I got the long story short, when I was about 17, I was on a skateboard and got hit by a Ford Bronco, and my head went through the windshield. And ever since then, I've had this clicking in my jaw, and it's never really bothered me. It's the fact it's never been really an issue my whole life until about 4 weeks ago. I started getting these headaches really bad. Didn't know what it was, and finally, a couple weeks later, I realized, it's my jaw, and my jaw's was hurting whenever I was eating something. And then one day it just started hurting so bad that it just was killing me. And then I was trying to massage my jaw, and I hit a nerve or something happened. And next thing I know, I'm with Tam, and we're going to the ER because I'm freaking out. I don't know what's going on with my jaw. I don't know what's wrong with it, or even if that's the issue. Oh, you did. Maybe next time you'll listen when Tam's speaking. I did tell you. Okay. But yeah. So long story short, I was doing fine. My jaw realigned last Friday, I think it was. My jaw went back to being normal. And I was still chewing soft foods, but working my way up, to a little more chewier foods. Then Tam got a pizza last night, and I decided to have a couple of pieces because I thought, hey, why not? Pizza's soft. I could probably do this. And that was a bad idea. Now my jaw's all misaligned. I have a little pain in there again. So it's back to eating really soft foods again for another week. So yay, fun time. Was AC Cowling driving said Bronco? No. I don't know who was a driver, actually. I never even met the driver. I don't think I did. Yeah, I got knocked out. But, yeah, fun times. So, dealing with that. So I gotta be careful of the foods, The foods that I eat. Nothing chewy. So I feel like I've been set back. Anywho, but I'm okay. Other than that. Yeah, so what else is going on with you, Woof? I don't got a lot today, to be honest with you. Not a lot going on with me. I mean, there is some stuff going on with me, but nothing I think anybody would really care about. More like philosophical stuff. The what?
philosophical stuff, right?
Yeah, that's what I said, honey.
You tried to tell me yesterday.
I tried talking philosophy when Tam and I were both enjoying the electric lettuce, and it all went over her head.
I'm like, why are you doing this?
What are you doing this for me? I don't understand what's going on. Wolf says started a leadership program at work, maybe doing a new haunt character. Ooh, okay, leadership program at work. What does that mean? A possible raise for you? And maybe doing a new haunt character. Ooh, nice. What kind of haunt character are you talking about for next Halloween? Right? You plan that out that far in advance? That's crazy, son. That's some forward thinking there. I had better lighting, but all of a sudden, the lighting's going out on me. He's all right. I will survive. You have to, might be Q line. What do you mean? You have to start your leadership program, or you have to come up with a new haunt character. Hey Siri, turn on Do Not Disturb. I forgot to turn that on earlier. Make sure I don't get any interruptions. Do Not Disturb turned on. Made some bread, didn't turn out like I wanted it to, but you know, that happens. I think my starter was a little weak. I should have fed it more. In fact, I need to feed it today. Then I'm going to put it in the refrigerator, done with sourdough for a few weeks. Make some yeasted breads. I don't have to worry about feeding the starter. I like sourdough. It's great. It's just difficult for me to remember if I fed the starter or not. I should get a little rubber band to put around it. If it's around it here, that means I fed it. If it's not on it, that means I haven't fed it. Something like that. Oh, you're looking for the link to join. Let me send it to you. Hold on. I'll have to send it to you on Discord. Hold on. 1 second. And I will send it to you on Discord, man. Hold on. Discord. There you are. Oh, I think it's on Discord. Literally the last link I sent to you. I think it's the same one. Let me see. There you go. Yeah, it's the last link I sent to you in Discord. You can find it there. Once you got it, I'll bring you up. You take me up. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to be right back. Oh, there you are, Wolf. Hold on a second. 1 minute, buddy. I'm going to bring you up, and then I'll be right back. There you go. What up, Wolf?
What up?
All right, man. Give me like 1 minute. I gotta grab some water. I'll be right back.
See how you are.
Busy doing stuff.
Yeah.
What's up, Wolf?
Oh, that music that you used for that, it almost reminds me of "With Arms Wide Open" by Creed.
With arms wide open.
Yeah.
I
So
don't see
yeah, I was saying I got selected to join the emerging leadership program at work. Basically, what that is they just put us through a bunch of classes. We will make a mock business, and if the owner of the company likes our business model enough, he will use it and put us in charge of it.
It
And
has to be within the same industry and within the same
Nope.
capacity that your company can do.
Nope.
Okay, you can't
He
be like,
got
I want to
offered.
open up a pet shop. It can't be
Yeah,
like that.
he got some to do a food truck.
What?
Yeah.
So if he invests in a food truck, is this food truck simply to cater and to supply his business?
I don't know. I didn't see the plan.
Oh.
He just said that. He just said that last time somebody said a food truck, he's like, "Yeah, it's a great idea, but I don't know how we would do it." But yeah, right before you were coming on, I was watching videos related to that because we have extra stuff we have to do on the clock. It was like an hour and 15 minutes of these videos. I mean, the first two were okay, but that last one, he was killing me. The dude was just so dry.
Was it like a YouTube video or something?
Yeah. About being better leaders and what you do to, like the one that they were really stressing is every company has three things: what they do, how they do it, and why they do it.
Right. So
Now, go ahead.
Well, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say the meat of that was basically that, like they used an example. Hey, I make really great computers. Want to buy one? Where then somebody else is like, hey, we really have gone above and beyond on all this. We're working to make the best machine out there. You want to buy one? That's why they're doing it. It's just the little subtleties. And yeah, I know what you're going to say. I could fast forward the videos, but I wanted all the information.
No, not fast forward. You can speed up the videos. You can increase the speed of a YouTube video.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's being monitored, so I didn't mess around too much yet. Because I mean, these guys they're basically giving me a free college course, basically, on
Right.
leadership and how to do stuff.
Well, if it helps, it helps.
Right? Oh,
Yeah,
and then
why not?
I was finally made a trip to my store that I needed to make to that we've talked about.
Yeah.
And my haunt is on the way to said store, so we stopped by there because I had some merchandise that I had bought, hoodies and shirts and stuff. And I know none of my haunt friends are watching this, so I can say it. He was talking about our queue line actor, which when you go to a haunt, the queue line is the first person you usually see before you actually get in.
Right.
Mhm.
Like you might have a clown, or it might be like a psycho, or some just whoever messes with you when you're waiting in the queue
In
line.
the line. Yeah.
And he said, we're probably losing our queue actor because our queue actor has started a relationship with somebody in another state and is probably going to move to said state.
Okay.
And it's not like
Okay.
oh, I just met this guy on the internet. They've known each other for a while.
Right.
They're both part of Scurry Face, so they see each other at least a couple of times a year. So it's not like she's just like, "Yep, I'm gone." Nothing
Right.
like that.
Oh,
And he goes,
go ahead. Go ahead.
he goes, sorry, I'm pulling my trash cans back. That's probably what you're hearing.
It's okay.
Me and Mom were sitting in the living room there at his place, and he goes, "Well, we're probably going to be losing our queue actor." I was like, "Yeah, she kind of told me about it last year, but I didn't really say anything to too many because she asked me not to."
Right.
He's like, "Okay." He's like, "Yeah, no problem." He goes, "So we're going to need another queue actor." I sit there for a minute and I look at him, and he's looking at me like, "Hello?" And I was like, "Well,"
I know, like
I was like, maybe I'll develop another character and see what I can come up with. He goes, "That's what I wanted to hear."
so you might
So-
not be.
Tam, what happened to your video?
We've lost him.
But it's loading studio. It says allow.
Yeah. Yeah, lost Tam. There she is. Okay, you're
I'm
back.
a monster, but I never flounder. Oh,
She's back.
yay. Well, then, so I was thinking of that, and I was talking to some of my other friends that might not be in the haunt industry now, but have been. And he was like, "Okay, because this is what I would do." I'm like, "Well, I'm not going with that idea, but I am going to, if I can find it." I did find it on YouTube. Something Wicked This Way Comes.
Okay,
gonna
you
pay
talking about
attention.
the old guy at the end?
I'm going to pay attention to Mr. Dark, and I'm going to
Right.
see what I can snag off of him to use for my deal.
I haven't seen that in so long.
It's
Been
been a minute
forever.
for me too, and it's not on any streaming. Amazon says they have it, but they don't.
Right.
It's actually, I found it on YouTube, and I'm sure it's illegal because Disney owns it. It is a Disney movie.
Yeah.
But so
I've
yeah,
seen
I'm
it.
gonna watch that and see if I can't get any inspiration for that, and try to come up with a character. And answer to your other
Cool.
question, yes, this is about the time we start doing a new character.
Okay, cool.
How many characters have you developed in your?
Have I developed? Well, of
Yeah.
course, there's the Wolfman persona. And then I've done 2 different versions of the same character. Is basically the same person, but the second one was a little more fleshed out. See what I did there?
Fleshed.
Flushed.
Because the mask looks like it's put together by skin.
Oh. So it's scary. You wanted to have it
Yeah.
scary.
Well, it's supposed to be. Let me see.
Supposed to be a scary thing. So you had a question for Woof.
Here's the last 2
What do
season
you got?
masks.
Okay. Yeah,
The
those
one-
are pretty scary.
This one is the first one. This is last year's.
Yeah, you could tell you got a little better in the second year.
Well, the funny thing is, this one took me 2 weeks to do and held together great. This one took me 5 months and fell apart.
Oh no. That sucks.
Yeah.
So what was your
Which is
question
what-
for Wolf, Tam?
I wanted to ask whether or not
Stop watching a video.
I want to show him the photo.
Okay.
Man, get us banned.
You know, you have a camera. Why are you
I want to know how.
Why are you coming over to my camera to show him?
Wolf, can you see that?
Yeah,
What is she to you?
Who is she to you?
that is Elysium. That is said Q line actor I was talking about.
That might be moving. I had a feeling.
Okay.
Okay. So, I added her to my TikTok.
You know you have a camera over there, right?
Sorry. So,
Fuck.
so I
Yep,
added
that's
her
cool.
to my.
She's my haunt family.
Uh-oh. It went out again.
Between her and the owner, they're probably the two most
So that-
popular characters that are haunt. Because she puts up a lot of videos and stuff, and me, I'm just like, meh.
Yeah, we lost her. She's coming back. Hold on.
God.
God.
Unacceptable.
There she is. She's back.
Okay, I'm back. Okay. So, based on her videos, this is my impression.
Your video. Okay, go ahead. Just talk.
Okay. Do it again?
Yeah.
It's loading. This is loading. Allow.
She's
My
a
phone or your-
I don't know what's going on.
in?
It's loading up. Now you are. Okay, go ahead.
So, based on her TikTok, she TikToks like every day.
Okay.
She does a lot of like lip syncing, singing, song. She does a lot of that.
Okay.
A lot of times it's a lot of like this whole self-care kind of image.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once in a while, I'll see her daughter, I think she has in the video.
Yeah, little baby.
A little baby. So I'm assuming she's single and then sometimes she'll do reveals where she opens up stuff.
Right.
So, is her main revenue stream TikTok? Like, is she successful on there?
I
How
don't
many-
know about revenue.
How many viewers does she have? How many followers does she have, honey?
But I do know
That's
that
the way you tell.
I do know between her and the owner, they are the faces of our haunt, basically.
Oh, so she does a lot of publicity. She does a lot of
Yeah.
promotion.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
And like I said,
So-
like, she's always on there making videos, and here I'm barely get the ones that I made on my Xbox loaded up.
Got it. Okay, so
Which I tried for that goddamn electric motorcycle, and all I kept getting was a shirt
What?
on
What?
GTA. I
Oh.
kept trying for that electric motorcycle, and I just
I
kept
have
getting
it.
a shirt. I know you do. I was watching you play last week. I was like, that looks fun. And now they've got it to some other weird looking car. I'm like, meh.
No,
If I
that
make it
electric
there, I make it
motorcycle
there.
is motorcycle is freaking fast, man. It's
Yeah, that's why I wanted it, because I wanted to like
took me a while.
launch it off of some of that crap over there.
Yeah, the thing is, it's not so great on the turn, so you have to kind of like slow down to turn. But once you go straight, you just vroom.
Well, you have to slow down to turn.
Good luck with that.
We've proven I'm a better driver than you at that game.
Have we though?
Yes.
I don't know anymore, dude.
Because you
I don't
said you
know.
hate the Duke of Death because it slides around too much. I'm like, you got to control the
No.
slide.
You know what? I got used to it. I'm much better at it now.
The only one that ever gives me problems is that little armored Karuma because it's front wheel drive and that rear end bounces.
Oh, you know what's worse is this car I won. It's called the Click or something like that. It's this
Man.
little roadster, like little small car, like the
Yeah.
old types that look like a hot dog almost. But that thing, like, it's fast, but if you hit the smallest bump, you are like out of control. Like if you just barely clip someone, you are launched like off to the side. It's an almost impossible car to drive.
I've only played that long enough this week to go into the casino every night
Oh,
and try to
Not
win
win.
something. It's usually a shirt. Although I did win like a bunch of chips. I'm like, okay, chips are okay because you can make that into cash.
yeah. Chips are. Oh, you know what I did was.
And then I go bet on the horsies.
I tried. I won like $5,000 worth of chips one time,
Mhm.
and so I went into the casino. I went in, not casino. I went to the slot machines to try to lose it, right?
Mhm.
And at first, like I when I got down to like $3,000 because I was just losing, you know, and then all of a sudden I just started winning. And then I was like over $5,000 again. And I'm all like, this isn't working like I wanted it to. So I went over to the what is it? The roulette table. And, you know, started making maximum bets at the roulette table. I started losing the money, but then it started happening again. The next thing I know, I have like $6,000. I'm all, damn it, this isn't working because I was trying to lose the money. That was the goal, was to try to see how long it would take me to lose the money. Couldn't lose the money.
That's funny.
So I ended up just like cashing it out. When I cashed it out, I had more money than I won.
I think I usually play the horses. Those are fun. I'll do the quick ones.
Yeah.
I'll make a bet on the big one, and I usually try to take a good odd to where, like, if I'm betting 500, I get at least $2,000 or something.
Right.
And then I'll go and play the quick races until that one starts, and then I've done that for hours. But I've been actually on a Valheim kick again because I was playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Okay.
And you
That's
have
a good
that,
one.
right?
Yeah. I have that
Okay,
one.
you know the big log house that they have when you first get to England that's on the top of the hill?
Yeah.
I'm trying to recreate something like that.
Oh wow. Okay. Good luck with that.
Oh, hey, so far it's taking.
Is it coming?
Yeah. This will be last night was my second night working on it, and I've got most of the roof finished.
Nice.
I have to put like maybe 3 or 4 panels, or like two or more panels on each side before I start building how I do the chimneys on those, because I just raise the roof a little bit and have like open spots and it just blows out that way.
Oh, I'll have to see, come by and look at it. I think I still have Valheim installed on my laptop.
You should. I mean,
I think I do. I know I have that and GTA.
But
I played GTA on my laptop the other day for the first time in like forever.
I don't think I've played since we were running around. I made it. I went ahead and like grabbed a big open area, and I actually like leveled all the ground, and then put like a stone foundation, and then all of the supports are the iron wood, and the wood that has the iron in it, because you can build taller on that. Because I use the console commands. Right. I've been playing the game for 3 years. I bought both versions. I'm gonna do what I want at this point.
Yeah, do what you want with it. Why not?
But I found out an interesting fact is if you take those iron, they're basically just the regular 4x4s, but they have iron on them, and so it's more stable or whatever, and you can build higher. Mm-hmm. But then you can actually put the decorative dark wood over them.
Oh, to make it look different?
Yeah. You'll have to see what I've got, because it was funny. I started building, and I basically I did the floor, and then I did the big fireplace, and then I started putting walls up. Well, then I basically built a little bedroom inside of there and had a little roof on it so that I could actually, like, my character can lay down and quote unquote sleep, and it'll save it. Yeah. And you could save it manually anyway, but so he was actually like living inside the place while he was building it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Cool. And then it's got 2 floors so far. And I could probably make enough to make like another little loft area to store stuff.
Right.
But it's going to have like a bunch, like I said, I'm going to try to recreate that big one in Valhalla, where it's going to have a bunch of tables. And
that'll be cool. You should make a video where you show both side by side or something like that. Like get a side by side comparison once you're all done.
And had I been thinking about it, what I should have done is just started recording from the beginning
Yeah.
and then just sped it up.
Oh yeah, huh? That would have been cool.
But yeah, I've got supports and roofing rig, and like I said, the roof is about
All laid
three-quarters
out.
of the way done. Yeah, it's about three-quarters of the way done, and this is just like me flying off the seat of my pants.
Right.
Go as I'm going. I think it's like 14 bricks by like 12 or so. I mean, the thing is huge.
Wait, we're talking Valhalla here, not Minecraft, right?
Yeah, right, Valheim.
No, not Valhalla. Not Valhalla. Fuck is the name of the game,
Valheim.
dude? Valheim. Thank
Valheim.
you. Fuck. My brain farted. Valheim.
But I'm using the one on Valhalla as inspiration for it.
Right. That sounds fun. That sounds cool.
Well, when I was playing it, I was like, I could probably build that in Valheim if I just did it. And like I said, I worked on it the last night for a little while, or the night before when I started. I got
Right.
everything built, and I think I had like one layer of the roof or whatever.
Right.
And then last night I didn't start playing until later, so I only had about an hour and a half, and I finished off the one side and put the other side totally up because it wasn't up. And then, like I said, I probably got about 3 or 4 more blocks altogether to put to finish it.
Right.
To where it's fully roofed, and then I had to put the sides, of course,
get it all looking nice.
Close it up.
Sure. Didn't you say you had a question for Wolf about his picks or something like that?
Yes. Tell me if this is what you're going to tell me. Casey over.
Yep.
Casey over. I knew he was going to say that.
Well, but look at Kansas City. I mean, like I said, I've been watching football all year.
Yeah.
Kansas City, at the beginning of the year, they were kind of but the last probably month and a half, 2 months, they really started stepping up their play. And I mean, he's played in, we had like negative 27 degrees. He was playing in that. It was so cold. He got hit in I looked at the camera icon, his helmet cracked. Took a big old chunk out of it. Look it up sometime, TD. Patrick Mahomes' helmet
I
cracked.
saw it. Yeah, I saw the video.
Yeah. It was because, one, he took a big hit, but it was also so frigid.
Yeah.
Well, then when he went and played at Buffalo, it was snowing. It wasn't as cold, but it was still icky weather.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes is a machine, and anything less than a Super Bowl win for them is a major failure on their part.
It's
just because of the talent they have.
What you're saying is it's theirs to lose.
Yeah.
Yes. They are the defending champions as well.
Then why do you think lines changed to San Francisco favored by 1.5 and they don't even have home field? Not the home team. Why do you think people are saying that? Are there more injuries than the last time they matched up on the side?
Oh, that's the other thing is I think the Chiefs are pretty much healthy except for like 1 or 2 players.
Are those 1 or 2 like key players?
And the Niners, I like what the Niners have done this year, and I know a lot of people give the kid shit, but I'm a big Brock Purdy fan. I mean, he was the last player picked in the NFL, Mr. Irrelevant, and takes his team to 2 consecutive NFC titles, and people want to crap on him. It's like,
who are you talking about? The coach?
No, the quarterback for the 49ers.
Oh, that's the quarterback for the 49ers. Oh, okay.
Yep.
So you think he's...
Plus, if I don't root for the Chiefs, I'll probably get in trouble with the missus. No, I'm teasing. She's actually pretty good-natured. I was like, if Detroit won, she's like, I know. And had their coach done the right thing, they would have been in the Super Bowl. So he went for it on 4th down instead of kicking a field goal twice.
You're very upset about Detroit. Detroit should have won, and if it was Detroit, KC, you would have been voting for Detroit, and she
The
would have been
Lions.
KC.
Nope, the Lions. She knows.
But is she also a Lions fan or a KC fan?
Nope, she's just a Kansas, and she'll root for the Colts too, because that's my team.
Oh, so she'll root for. But
So
where
yeah,
is
my all-time team
where's
is the
her family
Indianapolis
from?
Colts.
Is she from Nebraska originally?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so she has no connection to those other states. Got it.
Right, and see, I grew up in Indianapolis,
Yeah.
and my stepfather grew up in Michigan, and he was always a Lions fan, and so was I by proxy.
And if I'm correct, Lions have never won a Super Bowl, but have they ever made it to the Super Bowl?
Nope.
Have they made it into this far?
Nope.
Final.
Once.
Oh, so this is furthest.
When they won, that was the first time they won a playoff game in 32 years. I remember it.
Also, they made it to playoff, but they never got past the wild card or first round.
Well, they didn't make the playoffs very often either. Detroit's been a notorious shitty team.
Am I correct? Detroit is the only NFL that never won one game in one entire season.
Yep, they're one of them.
Yeah.
Like they lost every game in an entire season.
Wow.
Yep, 0-16, and
0-16.
during that year, you know you can order custom jerseys off NFLShop.com. They wouldn't allow you to have the name Owen and the number 16 on a Lions jersey.
Why?
They just wouldn't. It was one of the like
That's
you
crazy.
can't have certain names and phrases on there because decency and censorship and all that.
So, what would 16 mean and Owen mean?
It means they're 0-16. They won 0
16.
games and lost 16 games.
That took me a moment.
That's why they.
So they would use the name Owen.
Owen
and
16.
16.
And they wouldn't let him make that.
Oh, that's funny.
That is someone who wants to troll the shit out of them, or to say, yeah, we were that bad. So what?
That's funny.
Well, it's like, a lot of people online, especially online, are really spoiled when it comes to the Colts. Because when the internet started getting popular, that's when Peyton Manning was starting to come around. And Peyton Manning.
Oh, yeah, he's from the Colts.
Yep, he's one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play.
His brother,
the only reason he only got one Super Bowl ring with the Colts is because of Tom fucking Brady and the Patriots. I hate the Patriots. Yeah. Oh, you're showing my butt.
That is
Wolverine.
How did you figure that out? So it's so we were watching Rick and Morty the other night.
Oh, okay.
And there's a scene with there's an episode with Hugh Jackman, and they go to Rick and his friends, Birdman and the robot dude and everything, and Squanch end up over at.
I think I've seen that one.
Yeah. So in the background of a scene, there is this poster of Hugh Jackman.
Can you show him the poster if it's a cartoon?
I just made it his avatar for his butt. I mean, for Wolfman.
For my butt.
So there's this poster of Hugh Jackman standing in front of a beach naked, turned away from the camera, and that's part of that picture. So Tam says to me, I want that poster. So I went into to Hulu and I copied out the only scene I could find with that poster in the background, but it ended up being really small, and so I had to take it to an AI to enhance it and to enlarge it, because that way it fills in all the spaces and stuff like that. So now we have it, and we're going to look for a place to print it out.
Do you want Skynet? Because that's how we get Skynet.
That's how we get Skynet.
It's like I asked the AI on my Snapchat, "Are you Skynet?" No, I was like, "That's exactly what I thought someone from Skynet would say."
Have you fucked around with the Chat GPT app?
Nope.
So It is weird, dude. It is.
Nope.
It is.
I
Let
don't.
me.
I don't want anything to do with any of it. I am fine.
Uh,
I think I rely on devices too much as it is.
It is. It is weird.
Although I'm not going to say here because I don't want anybody stealing ideas, but it gave me a couple of ideas for some short, possibly even feature length film.
Well, it's useful in the right context. I mean, just like any new technology can be abused, you know. But it's useful in certain contexts, you know, and how you're using it. What I find interesting about it is so the Chat GPT app itself, and I'm not talking just like going to the website on your phone or on I mean like downloading the app itself, the Chat GPT app. It has a voice mode. So you can talk to the app. And it kind of sounds a little bit like I mean, they say it's not modeled after her, but it sounds a little like Scarlett Johansson to me, right? It's like very similar to her voice.
And see, I got a Lola droid,
Yeah.
and I can tap it, and it'll wake up and it'll whistle at me. I'm good.
But what I'm saying is the interesting part of it is how convincing it is. It is frighteningly like convincing. Like you think it is easy to get into the mindset that you're talking to a person.
Well, and that's dangerous from a mental health aspect because I mean, there's enough people that have the fantasy girlfriends online without AI.
Well, no, it doesn't really go into like anything like that. It doesn't do like it's mostly just information gathering.
But there are those on there. I get commercials for them when I'm watching Dofu. It's like, have your internet girlfriend. And Cammy just looks at me like, really? I'm like, it's a commercial. She's like, oh. Why am I got enough to handle with a real one. I don't need a pretend one.
Right.
Why aren't you talking to me, Al? Or Dave, or whatever it was from Space Odyssey.
Right.
I mean, hello, how many movies and things have been said, you know, we should really not mess with this too much. If we do, make sure that it's controlled. Because what'll happen is they'll start thinking faster than us, and we'll either get an Ultron, Skynet, HAL 3000 configuration that'll say, yeah, you know what the problem with this planet is the humans. And they're not wrong, but it doesn't mean that, you know, we need to wipe out anybody, and that's what it'll do.
I think a lot of that's overblown. I really do. I think a lot of that is just way overblown because it assumes that the way AI will learn will be the same way that humans learn, in the sense of, you know, how like we decide what is good and what is wrong and everything else like that. But the truth of the matter is that AI learns completely different than how we learn, you know, and people always say, oh, it's gonna, you know, people say, oh, what if it decides to do this and decides to do that? There are safety things that can be put in place. There are ways to get around there.
Be careful because, you know.
Yeah, but also there's also ways that there's also assumptions that are made based upon that. Like people will assume like the worst. They'll say, well, what if it just makes this arbitrary decision to wipe everybody out because that's a good way, you know, it Thanos' everybody. That it says that, okay, we can make the world last longer if we get rid of half the population, that kind of thing, right? But that's an assumption based upon human characteristics and the way humans think, right? So for all we know, I could say just as easily say the other way around is, okay, what if AI, when it becomes actual, you know, sentient and aware of itself, what if it looks at all of human history, comes to understand us better than we do ourselves, and realizes that its job is to be a steward, and its job is to help us along the way, and it has its own form of compassion for us as its creators. That's just as likely, 100% just as likely as the idea that, oh, it's going to kill us. But you never hear anybody talk about that because that doesn't get views, that doesn't get attention, that doesn't get people speaker, you know, engagements and stuff like that about how great AI can be. There's a few people out there that do that, but it's not very many because it's not as lucrative, I think. But those options are just as valid as the scary ones. That's why I say there's a lot of hype behind it.
Yeah, but at the same time, man programs it, and we don't know how it's going to react. And yeah, conspiracy theories, whatever. But
Yeah.
I've seen Ultron, man. They had safeguards. She got smart enough to go around the safeguards and put Jarvis in a chokehold.
Yeah. Okay.
Which, speaking of chokeholds, have you? I'm sure you by now you have seen what's going on with Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
No, what?
There's a scandal going on, right?
From the WWE?
There's a big time scandal now. I try not to talk out of turn on such things, but I read the entire law filing except like the last 2 pages because it was just like filed in this court, this blah blah blah.
Right.
It was a 65-page document. We sat up and read it. Or 67 pages. I read 65 of the 67. So,
damn. I don't know. Catch me up. What's going on?
Oh, it's good. Apparently, not really. He met a young lady in an apartment that he was living in. Said young lady was the caregiver for her parents. I'm thinking her parents probably had money if she's in an apartment that Vince McMahon's living in. The resident manager knew of her plight and said, well, let me talk to Mr. McMahon and see if he can at least give you advice. He's like, yeah, bring her on over. She comes over and he talks to her and gets like a feel for what she does. And then the conversation starts turning more towards their personal lives. And he's letting it be known that he's available. Well, then he wants to give her a hug. Okay, well, a little bit of time goes by, blah, blah, blah. He brings her over a couple of times. Nothing really happens except hugging. Well, then they're going to hire her. And I'm not going to quote entirely what went on.
Yeah.
But he basically coerced her into letting him go down on her. Okay. Well, then she started working for WWE in a phantom type job. She worked in the legal department. Nobody knew what she did. There was one person that was named, I believe, as WWE corporate number 1. And they said they had been there since the Titan days and that they had recently lost their wife. I was starting to worry that it might have been Jim Ross because he's one of my favorite announcers. I think it's either Gerald Briscoe or possibly Bruce Pritchard, which that's just speculation on my part.
Right.
But apparently, WWE corporate number 1, she went to introduce herself and he's like, oh, I know who you are, and gave her a wink. And at this time, their relationship had gone from just what had happened that first time to a full sexual relationship where he was sending her texts and, and she even said, hey, you own the company. Shouldn't we not do this? And she was uncomfortable the entire time. I want to state that right up front. She didn't like any of it to begin with and was trying, oh, yeah, you're the owner of the company. Oh, I own the company. It's fine.
Right.
Made up a job for her, and then she got promoted to talent relations, some talent relations gig or whatever, where she was with another gentleman, John Laurinaitis.
Right.
Now, at this time, Vince McMahon was requesting nude photographs and or poses, was using sexual toys on her while saying different WWE superstars' names, basically groomed her. Then he had a threesome with her and a trainer, nobody that's related with WWE, somebody outside of the company. I want to state that. And decided, and we're going to go clinical here, decided to defecate on her head in the middle of the menage a trois.
Oh, Jesus.
Now, I'm not here to kink shame. Whatever you're into is whatever you're into. That's fine. She wanted to go get cleaned up. He made her stay there and continue to perform for an additional 3 to 4 hours while said fecal matter was drying on her face and head. And then he went and took a shower right after he did it. How old is this lady? Yeah. She was 28.
Okay, so she was
30 maybe. I don't know. She's not a minor.
How long did this go on?
from 2019 to 2022. Another
Couple
incident
years.
that happened was that him and John Laurinaitis, he being Vince McMahon, took turns holding her down in a WWE office while the other one pleasured himself with her, with whatever. The reason why Brock Lesnar is in trouble because it was also WWE superstar number one that returned at SummerSlam and was a former UFC champion. I wonder who that would have been.
Right, yeah.
She was basically used to entice him to sign with the company again and was not gentle with her at all. There's actually some physical damage that happened between her and him.
Right.
Well, then Linda McMahon finds out and he basically gets rid of her and says, here, sign this. He's going to give her $3 million to keep her mouth shut about everything. No more contact. The nightmare is over. She wanted to leave, but was afraid that he would have blackballed her because Vince McMahon knows a lot of people. Let's face it. He's in business. I mean, politics aside, he's had Donald Trump on his program several times. He's had multiple celebrities. You know, he knows business people.
Yeah.
She was afraid to be blackballed. Well, so he gets her to sign this NDA, and then right when she signs it and comes over to his apartment, he forces her to perform oral sex on him and chokes her. And then that was the last time she saw him. 2022, it came about that there was all these NDAs out on with Vince McMahon. He stepped down for a brief time, but then he came back. Well, one of those NDAs was this young lady because he said he would give her $3 million. She got $1 million and he never got anything else again.
Right.
So she was going to take him to court over the NDA, and the lawyer asked her, well, what was and she started telling him, and he's like, holy crap, no, this is illegal. And so that's when they filed a lawsuit against him on Thursday.
Right.
And there's a lot more details that I don't want to get into because I know your show isn't about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was bad. And I'm not kink shaming
Does
anybody.
Does that change your relationship with WWE or how you thought of McMahon?
Well, after I read that, I haven't watched any WWE programming since.
It's just you cannot
You can't separate it
now.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things that I can't.
Not until Vince McMahon is already gone now. Once he's gone, and any of his little cronies that were around him at the time,
right,
then I will reconsider my decision. But up until then, and it was a bummer because this past Saturday was one of their biggest events that they always have. But now I stayed with my conviction and I didn't watch it.
Why is this something
good for you, Wolf?
Often in terms of like your moral, like I can't do it. I just have to make a stand. Or do you do that often?
Not very. I mean, it depends on what it is. But I usually don't.
Depends on how it affects you, I think.
I usually don't get on a platform and say anything about it either.
But you do privately. That's just your private.
Right. Like, for example, certain fast food restaurants, their food sucks.
Sure.
But they think if they put a clown on it, it'll be fine. Oh, wait. Did I say too much?
Are clowns scary to kids? Like, why choose a clown?
Well, back then wasn't scary to kids because clowns were popular back then.
I mean, come on, we watched Huff and Puff and stuff or whatever.
So, you want to hear something interesting that I'm hearing about the restaurant and the fast food industry? There's studies that are being done, right? So, okay. They went back and they looked at like McDonald's and like established fast food restaurants that have been around for a while. Even like Denny's, not necessarily fast food, but restaurants, that have been around for a long time, right? Lenny's, yeah. So what they're doing is they're looking at their portion sizes and how they cooked their meals compared to like, let's say 40 years ago compared to today, right? And they also looked at the how popular their restaurants became and what have you. And what they're discovering is something that they believe the food industry or the restaurant industry discovered probably about 25, 30 years ago. And they've been like doing this ever since, which is that they've been adding fat to the food. And they're what? Sugar and fat to the food. And even in restaurants, what they'll do is they'll put butter on stuff that you would never think had butter on, right? And like you'll get a steak and you just want a plain steak. You don't know that thing has been covered in butter, right? So the reason they're doing this or they've done this and is because when you increase the fat and the sugar in the food, it does something to your brain that it makes you want more of it. Okay. So the idea is that these fast food places and these restaurants increase the fat and the sugar in their food and the size of the items themselves so that people would become more addicted to the food itself.
Oh, I tell you, it's like you go to Burger King and get a Whopper. It's like half the size it used to be.
Well, you go to, McDonald's just came out with their double Big Mac or whatever it's called. I don't know. It's, like a Big Mac has, two patties between the two bread, piece of bread.
Patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese.
No, now it's four now. It's four now. It's
I remember those.
A patty and two patties. It's a two patties, the bun and two patties now.
Yeah.
They've made a larger version of it. So
they
anyway,
had those back in the 90s.
The whole thing about this is that the EU figured this out like over a decade ago, right? And they put restrictions on what the size of the portions can be. Like even to the sodas themselves. Like you go to the England, you're not going to find a soda that's this big, right? It's going to always be like their largest, like what we consider a medium. Okay. And it's because these rules have been put on and restrictions have been put on them because of this. So now there is starting to become a groundswell of people here in the States that want to do the same thing that they did in the EU, which is restrict the size of the food, the amount of fats and what have you that can be put into it.
They already have to an extent. I hate Walmart. Okay. I have to shop at Walmart if I want my 24-ounce Mountain Dews because anybody else wants to sell them in 16.9 ounces.
Yeah.
That's like 2/3 of the bottle.
Yeah.
But I can still go and buy a 20-ounce bottle at the checkout. I'm like, right. No, I want my 24. Because, I only drink one Mountain Dew a day. And then, I'll drink water and Sprite the rest of the day.
Is that where it's a plastic cup? Is that what you mean? Plastic bottle instead of a can?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because the reasoning for that for me is because I drink on that all day. I open one up at lunch like I do every day. And I'll take a drink or two of it and I'll put it down.
Yeah.
And there's some times where I put it, it's not exactly gravity friendly. Like if I'm sitting on a chair, I'll just set it on the chair next to me.
Yeah.
Right.
Makes sense.
Oh. So places that you can get that type of bottle is going to be like
and I used to like the glass bottles when I was a kid.
Yeah. What about
little
Target?
8 carton.
You guys have Target?
It's Target. It's French.
Target. That's my go-to. And I would imagine they should have bottles. They even have the minis. Minis are the biggest.
No, I don't want the minis.
I do. I don't drink a lot of soda.
I don't drink any soda.
But
I want my 24 ounces and leave me alone.
And you're a Mountain Dew guy, not a Dr. Pepper.
Good old Mountain Dew.
I drink Dr. Pepper sometimes. I drink root beer. Whenever we go out somewhere, I either get an iced tea or a root beer, depending on where it is.
Okay.
That's cool.
That's not bad.
A&W is the best, followed by probably Barks, and then Mug is okay. Barks is the Coca-Cola, and Mugs is the Pepsi.
Yeah. I used to like Barks. I
It's
used to
got
like
the
Barks better than A&W.
Well, when I say A&W, I mean like when you go to an A&W. I mean, I don't even know if they really have them as much as they used to, but
There's one I know probably miles away.
You know what's really fun to do sometimes if you want to get a good laugh is go and do an image search on like Google or whatever for whatever soda you like and call it then say knockoff. So if you like a Mountain Dew, right? Mountain Dew knockoff, and you'd be amazed at like all of the different knockoffs that exist of like the different popular drinks out there in the world. Like hundreds of them. You like how many versions of Coke there are? How many versions of Dr. Pepper there are? Mountain Dew.
Yeah, like the Walmart version's Dr. Thunder for Dr. Pepper, and then like Mountain Lightning. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, that's just moonshine. That's what Mountain Dew. That's where the name comes from, is moonshine.
What about like the Dollar Tree, stuff like that to get?
I try not to buy food at the Dollar Tree.
Oh.
It just got a sketchy feel to
it. Not too trusting.
Well, no. Dollar Tree does bring in a certain type of demographics.
It has nothing to do with the demographic. I'm just more worried where this shit came from. I'm worried about where this shit came from.
Oh. Well,
you know, it might be cat food.
It's from China. It's usually rejected products because if you have a misprint, something that was surplus given to them. But they are the place where you go for any type of celebration and you just need to decorate for cheap. Valentine's coming up. Let me go get a bunch of Valentine's decor.
You know where I heard that okay, you know what I heard that where a lot of Dollar Tree and products, even like what is the Japanese version?
Super Happy Dollar Tree?
What is it called, Tam?
The which version?
The Japanese version of Dollar Tree.
You're talking about Daiso.
Daiso, right. Daiso. So a lot of their products, from what I understand, what'll happen is like, okay, so let's say Bic, right? The pen company, right? They make lighters,
they make
pens,
two of the most
like
popular items that are always stolen, pens and lighters.
Right. So let's say that they want to make this type of pen. They don't have a factory where they make the pen. What they do is they hire a factory to produce the pen for them. And then what they'll do is they'll order, like, okay, we want 1 billion of these pens or whatever. Like, we want 1 million of these pens, right?
100 billion pens.
Now, what happens is these factories, they get contracts with them, and they do one and they do the other, and then they, renew it every year or something like that. And what happens is that for the factory to keep up with production, they will make extra extra volumes of that product to keep up with production for the next cycle, right? So if Bic all of a sudden decides, we don't need it, we're not going to make that pen anymore, they just stop, and the factory is left with all this product.
Yeah.
So what happens is that Bic either allows them to sell that product at a low cost to make up for their loss, or they tell them to trash it and they pay them to trash it. So a lot of these things that you'll get at like Dollar Trees and Daisos and places like that are those things that have stopped being made for whatever reason, or was made for a short run, and now they have to get rid of it. So that's why they sell it at such a cheap price.
Yeah. Well, they get pennies for the dollar. Otherwise,
yeah.
What are you gonna do with the inventory?
Otherwise, they'll never make their full money back, but they want to make some of it back.
Yeah.
Fun times.
It is ironic, though. They make two of the most stolen items.
Pens and lighters.
Yep.
I will not buy any lighter from those type of places. Only Bic.
Yeah. I only buy Bic lighters. I hate every other lighter but Bic.
They're like
Yeah, same.
cheap.
And I got a Zippo though too, but
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, unless you have like your own like manual lighter, you know, like a Zippo or something like that. But
then
Bic lighters
for
are the only ones
pens,
I'll buy.
I don't use pens. I use the Script, I think is the name of them. I've got 2 boxes of them sitting next to my little office.
Those are good. Yeah, scripts are good.
The kind that I like, it just has a really good grip and it glides really well.
Yeah, that's what she
I'm talking
said.
about lighters. You're talking about pens.
I'm talking about pens now.
That's what I'm talking about. Giggity.
My pens. Office provides that shit. Or I go to conventions and I get free.
All right.
So a lot of times I have a lot of. Every year, I used to come back with tons of free pens. That's what.
Oh, I'm wrong. It's a Sharpie S Gel.
Ooh, fancy.
Sharpie.
Oh, fancy.
That's why I bought 2 boxes of them.
So you don't go into the office, right? You work remote.
Yeah, he works remote.
This new project that you might be doing, will you have to go in and collaborate with people?
Nope.
All done.
That's what Microsoft Teams and Zoom is for.
I have Teams
Mainly
too.
Microsoft Teams is the primary program we use for such endeavors.
Ah, I see.
And it was kind of cool because my position, I'm just a customer service representative.
Huh?
But we have people that like we call if we need help. They're called leads. Well, one of the leads I'm really good friends with, and she goes, "Ugh, I was hoping we'd be on the same team because they separated us all into teams."
Uh-huh.
And then another lead that I know and I've been friendly with when I've talked, I'm friendly with all of them. But when our team was announced, she goes, "Oh, I'm with the Kudos King himself. Yay, I'm looking forward to working with you."
The Kudos King.
Well, because I get them all the time. I mean,
right. Because you're just that damn good.
well, and I just ask them.
That helps too.
Yeah.
All right, Wolf, I don't mean to cut you off, but I think I'm done for the day.
Oh, no worries.
So,
I'm out in the back with the dog anyway, so.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Good talking to you.
Yeah, it's good seeing you guys.
Yeah, I don't know if Tam is working Friday or
There
not.
you go.
But if we can, oh, he exists. He lives.
Who was that?
It's Wolf.
Colts.
Oh,
The cult.
I see it now.
Oh, there's the snow.
Oh. You have 2 pups, right? Or
Huh?
one? You have 2 pups or 1?
You have 2 dogs
Only
or
her.
1?
Just her.
Oh, I thought I saw a photo with another dog. Is that like your parents? You brought him over or something? Or they brought him over?
I can't hear her.
She thinks that she saw a picture of another dog and
Like
wants to
2
know if the
together.
picture that she saw is of another dog from your family.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard to answer. All right. Take care, Wolf. Good talking
Yeah,
to
you
you.
guys too.
Everybody else
Bye.
watching, thanks for watching. We're done. Have a great day. Bye, everybody.